Scandals happen all the time. The question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
And what will it mean for the wider region? I think one of your children has just walked in. I mean, shifting sands in the region. Do you think relations with the North?
Right, with my own children interrupting me in the background. Apparently, this isn't funny, right? It's patriarchy in a nutshell, according to Molly Tant. I suppose she wants to be called Molly Tant because she's got a avatar there that looks like a mole. So, once again, an awareness of the unequal nature of caring labour ruins a great viral video. Does it? Well, that's what you think. So, basically, having watched that video and laughing like I think any normal person would do, because all you can see is what appears to be quite a calm and kind man who's obviously well educated, trying to talk about politics on the news, and his children walk in and he calmly and deliberately tries to deal with the situation in a really nice way. There's nothing wrong with what he does. But this is the modern face of sexism now. He's being called sexist, right? He's being called names. So let's see what those names are. So here, hello, it's me. It's Media Mole's Killjoy Spinster Aunt. Yeah, I agree, you are a killjoy. And I'm here to disagree with my nibbling and drop hot feminist takes all over the internet. Just call me militant, molitant, whatever, we'll workshop it. Alright, so the internet's been on fire with the hilarity of this video, yeah, of this BBC pundit being interrupted. Firstly by a toddler, then by a baby in a wheeler. Then a woman desperately trying to retrieve both, so the pundit can get on with delivering his take about North Korea.
May change?
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me. My apologies.
Here's the problem. I can't enjoy it. This makes me feel so alone. I don't think this is why you feel alone, actually. I think the reason why you feel alone is because you are a killjoy. But anyway, there's nothing worse than watching everybody else crease with mirth whilst you're left thinking, but no. Basically, the message this video delivers to me is being a man is playing life on the easy setting. Once again, the yawning awareness of the patriarchy shits on my ability to enjoy something. I can see why few female moles are feminists. So few female moles are feminists. So she's saying that being a man is playing a computer game on the easy setting. This guy, I mean, we don't know, but looking at his children, the one child is wearing special toddler glasses. So, this indicates a level of care and attention to detail that few people would go to. I mean, very few people would buy or shell out the extra expense to get their children's eyes tested before mandated by the GP, right? This guy's playing life on the easy setting. He's delivering his take on North Korea from an educated perspective. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a degree in politics or something. He's working from home and being interviewed on the news. And his children are interrupting him, and he calmly deals with it. And that's playing life on the easy setting, is it? I mean, the person who runs in to look after the children, I'm very, very familiar with this. As a parent, I make YouTube videos. My children walk in, and they interrupt sometimes, and it's difficult. It's not playing life on the easy setting. Anyway, let's carry on with what she says. Here's the worst stroke best bit of the video. When Mr. Pundit doesn't even turn around to acknowledge his child, but instead gives the little tyke a gentle shove to get out of the way. I don't know if you're familiar with, this woman clearly isn't familiar with toddlers, right? And young children, right? Because young children are extremely tough and boisterous. And from what I see is he gently palms the child away. He acknowledges the child by looking at the screen. He's probably like doing a Skype type interview. Looks at the child through the screen, smiles, right? He's not angered at all. His tone is nice and respectful. He's simply not giving the child attention to encourage the child to continue interrupting. Right, if a woman had done that, we'd be sharing the video whilst wiping... We wouldn't be sharing the video whilst wiping tears from our eyes. We'd be knee-deep in tedious discussion about whether she's a terrible mother and whether her career of career of career takes... What's that say? Whether her career of career was leading her to ignore the small, simple pleasures of watching a child dance like a loon. I think I understand what she's trying to say here. That this man's career, talking about North Korea, is getting in the way of him enjoying his child dance like a loon. But if you actually watch him, he sees the child, acknowledges the child, and it makes him laugh. And he's uncomfortable because he's in the middle of an interview, right? Like anybody. If a woman had done this, I think most of us would be saying, isn't that incredible? That a woman is balancing both being a mother and working. Yeah? That's what we'd be saying. That's what most people would be saying. If you think what she's saying is that the woman will be criticised, I think this is completely wrong. We celebrate women who are able to juggle family life and work. Why aren't we celebrating men who do that? This man is demonstrating exactly the same thing. Instead, this man is being ripped to pieces by this woman for some reason. Also, Mr. Pundit shoves the kid back with the easy reassurance of someone who knows that another person is going to swoop in and deal with the kids. This, you feel, is the kind of guy who refers to looking after his own children as babysitting. This is an appalling smear to talk about a person you don't know and to describe them in such a way. To say that they think of looking after their own children as babysitting, as though they don't love their own children. What a vile thing to say about somebody. And it's clearly not true. You can see from the way the man deals with his own children. It also exposes one reason why there are more men delivering their opinions all over the television most days. Yes, Adrian. I'm making a video, Adrian. Okay. Now, I didn't palm him off, eh? Because women are doing the behind-the-scenes work needed to make that feasible. Okay, right? This is true. If I work full-time in a demanding job, doing 60 hours a week, and as part of a family unit, we have children, and I can afford to ask my wife, or my wife can make the decision whether she wants to work or not. If she chooses not to work, then she's going to end up doing the childcare. Yes, that's what happens. If my wife had chosen to do work, and I had been the one to stay at home, I would be looking after the children and supporting my wife doing that. Now, we could have done it either way, right? But out of choice and basically both of us, this is what we decided we wanted to do. There's no force involved. There was no arguments either. It was simply what both of us preferred and wanted to do. This guy has probably had the same kind of setup, right? It doesn't look like there's any forced labour. His wife is supporting him. What's wrong with that? Anyway, so true equality will not have been achieved until we see a father desperately clawing at a baby wheeler, whilst a woman talks about the rising threat of nuclear war. If you look at the BBC News, 50% of the presenters are female, right? They interview women on all kinds of subjects. We have a female Prime Minister, right? Twice we've had a female Prime Minister, right? True equality, what are we talking about here? You know, equality of outcome or equality of opportunity, okay? I think equality of opportunity is what is important. If my wife had wanted to stay at home and work, she has that choice. If she had wanted to go to work, she has that choice, right? So did I. Actually, myself personally, I'd have pretty much gone along with whatever my wife had said, whatever she'd wanted to do, right? I'd have forgone my choice in order to give my wife that choice, right? Not everybody's going to do that, and maybe quite rightly they shouldn't as well. It's a decision that the couple themselves will have to come to. But to say that because you saw one video of a man doing some work whilst his wife looked after children is evidence that there is a conspiracy of men trying to hold women back is verging on hysterical. Anyway, of course, this is all a cruel projection. Yes, it is a cruel projection from your part. For all we know, Mr. Pundit might otherwise be an exemplary hands-on dad. Perhaps he's changing the nappy of a third hidden child under the desk with his feet. It's not his fault that the patriarchy exists and also annoys me so much. Still, though, pity me. Once again, an awareness of the unequal nature of caring labour has ruined a great viral video. I think, right, for myself personally, going to work and putting in long hours to me, as a man, feels like a sacrifice. When I get, as a teacher, the long summer holidays and I get to spend every day playing with my kids, that's a great joy for me. You know, it's an opportunity that I feel that I miss out on because of work. I go to work as a sacrifice to look after my own children and look after my own family so that we can have a nice, comfortable life. To describe this in this way that this woman is doing is to really undermine family values, I think, and to undermine men. And this is sexism towards men, I think. And really to undermine the fact that a man goes to work to try and bring home money for his family, to make out that that is somehow a bad thing, is going to, if you follow that logic, is going to take you to a very bad place.
What's this going to mean for the region?
My apologies. South Korea's policy choices on North Korea have been severely limited in the last 6 months to a year because